So, how's everybody doing out there? So, I want to talk about the wrestling code. Now, this game has not had a lot of videos. We haven't seen too much. Now, what we're looking at right here with Scott Steiner was the very first clip that I ever saw. Then they have the other chubby guy. I'm not familiar with who he is, but they have him. Now, this is what I saw first. And the one thing that we have not seen is any actual wrestling. I don't know the information in terms of how many different match types they will have, exactly what type of match types they will have. I do remember seeing there was a desert venue and the ring was surrounded with fire. So that's something that I don't know. I guess if you get tossed out the ring, you'll get burnt type of situation. I don't think they just have fire there just to have it. So this game, this is, authentic. This is not any mods, anything. So this is all we really have to go by. So when you look at these graphics and everything, and yeah, it looks good now. Like this, look at the ropes. Notice how the ropes are made of actual chain. So, this game, from what I'm seeing, now see, this is what I'm saying. Now, this is all you see right here. Now, I don't know if this is actual gameplay or if this is like cutscene type stuff. Because one of the things I notice is I haven't seen any actual like grappling. You understand what I mean? Everything is just like someone doing something to a person, but no actual back and forth. So I don't know, what the grappling system looks like. And hey, listen, I hope that the game is solid. I hope it's fun to play because I plan on checking it out. And if it is, hey, I'll be one of the first ones to get it. So with that being said, let's look at this right here. Now, this was the second thing that I saw with this game. Now, the venue is outside. There's nobody there. This has that backyard wrestling look, definitely. Now, I can tell that this game is, indie based. I haven't seen any big venues. And the only venue that I saw was what we just looked at right now. And this one. And then there's going to be one with King Kong Bundy. So that's pretty much all we saw and all we have to go by as far as the venues. I don't think they're going to be in a big venue at all. We never know. Depends. Now, we haven't heard anything from them. This is like, the last thing we had. Now, this video and the video of Scott Steiner is over a year old. The one that they're going to show with Bundy is over a month old. And the thing about that is, once again, they're not showing us much. Now, graphically, it looks good. As you're going to see in this clip, and we'll talk about it as we're watching what happens. As you're going to see, though, the movements are, they're running around the ring freely. Like on most wrestling games, you can run straight, and as you go around the ring, you come to a dead stop. Then you run some more, dead stop, run, from all four corners of the ring. On this one, they're even going to be running. I noticed the guy was even running on the apron. So it's like, it has its own feel to it, which I love that. I don't want to play any one game and feel like I'm playing the same game, even though it's a different game. And so watching this now, this is pretty much what they're going to show. Is him walking around, and they're going to show him running. It's like what I don't want to do and what I'm not going to do. What I'm not going to do is use my imagination with what I think. I'm only going to go by what I'm seeing. So we're looking at this at the same time. Now, notice how he bounces off the ropes. Now he holds himself onto the ropes. Little details like that I pay attention to everything. So I love little details like that. So this game automatically, automatically it has its own feel already. Now, because we don't get any information on it, it does make you kind of wonder what's going on, because you want to at least give people something to look at to make them really start to talk about this game, because it's really not being talked about. A few channels here and there have thrown things out about the game, but they're talking like they're seeing much more than what we're looking at right here. And you see, that's what I don't do. Now, what I notice is you can clearly see under the ring, so there's no weapons, anything under there. Now, I'm also wondering if you can use the environment. You probably, well, I would believe you'd be able to like slam your opponents onto it, but can you like climb on those pallets back there? Right? You see the chairs sitting there. Can you move those chairs? Now, are they going to have people standing out watching the fight itself, or is this just going to be one of a venue, like just an empty venue? And I would think they would have people standing around. It's backyard wrestling, so no, it wouldn't be a huge crowd or anything, but it would be a better feel than just them wrestling with nobody there. When this is actually the arena that they wrestle in. So yeah, this is definitely an indies-based game. So you won't see any huge venues. I don't believe at all. And when you look at the way the game moves, like how you climb the ropes, everything. One thing I noticed too with the punching system, which I'm going to point out, the punches look more like, and the moves look more like actual wrestling. You see what I'm saying? So like I was making a comparison about 2K being considered a simulation game, but it plays like an arcade game. And almost every single attack, most people are doing what? They start with punches and kicks. They're not starting with grappling. The majority is punches and kicks. Just the same way how most people do on an arcade-based game. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm looking at this. It definitely has its own feel to it. And you'll see what I mean when they show King Kong Bundy. It looks more like what you see in an actual wrestling ring. You know what I mean? Now, in terms of like the suplexes, the actual moves, yeah. The other wrestling games got all of that as well. Now, let's look at the Sandman. Now, you see what I mean? So, what I'm saying now, is this a cutscene? Look at what's going on right now. I can't imagine the guy that is getting beat up, you're using him and he's doing that. Like you're not making him do that. And notice how he ran at the Sandman and he just got hit with the kendo stick. Now, it could be a situation where he chose to put the rush on him and that's how he counted. But I don't know if that's cutscenes or actual gameplay. Now, they're not telling you if this is gameplay or cutscenes. And also, the guy that they use as a character was saying, people saying they want to see actual gameplay, so I'll show you gameplay. And all they showed was the walking around. Okay, now let's look at King Kong Bundy. Notice how they have the background looking smoky, kind of blurred out, so you don't really, you're going to see some of the crowd, but you can see it's a small venue. But I'm going to show you some things, and why I'm talking about even the grappling system as well, along with what we just saw with the Sandman. Now you see the crowd back there, but you see they blur the rest of everything, so you don't really get a clear look at anything. So you're more focused on the character and the ceiling. You see what I mean? How with the angles, even when they're showing him from the side angle, it's like they're not giving you too much. Like right there, for example, you see. Now you see the crowd back there. But yeah, it's a small venue. Like I said, this is an indie-based wrestling game. Now, watch when they start to show some of the action. You're just going to basically see King Kong Bundy initiating the action. So it makes me wonder if this was on a 2-player, if they had it on 2 players and the other person wasn't doing anything. Because you're just going to see King Kong Bundy attacking, but there's no resistance from the opponent. So this is why I'm saying, like right here, okay. He just shoves it. You see what I mean? There's no resistance. Their arms are just to the side. He's tossing them. But you see, the way the game plays, it looks more like an actual, like wrestling. You know what I mean? It doesn't have that fight. Like most wrestling games, all of them, they basically, even along with the wrestling moves, the move, like, look, you see what I mean? It looks more like what you see in actual wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like it just has that old school feel to it. So I don't know. I'm not going to say the game isn't going to be good. Hopefully the game is good. But we'll see. But I just want to talk about this game. Peace out.